Hey everyone, and welcome to this lesson where I want to go and quickly show you on video what the indicators look like and how we really read them and understand how they work. So right now what I'm showing you is first I'm going to show the stochastic oscillator, then I'm going to show the RSI just so you can fully understand what I'm meaning by it. But as I was saying, it moves in waves. So as you can see, when it's in the overbought territory, which was here for this example, right? In the same way that the market had the same thing happening on the stochastic, that's when it was the best time to sell. And as you can see, same thing over here, right? We had over here, same thing. You can see down here, the best time to buy. So the stochastic is basically mainly used for us to find these waves and know when the peak and key times are that we should be entering the market for our trades. And as you can see, as I go back, it almost works indefinitely. You can see same thing, the low, the high. There's, even if it's not a lot of pips, like I said, it still shows the waves no matter how small or big the waves are, which is why it's important, because we always want to get in at the start of a wave. You never want to join the middle of a wave. That's the most dangerous thing you can do in a trading. So this is used for us so we can get our entry points a lot more accurate. Now, like I was saying, sometimes you can see divergence on it. As you can see kind of here, right, this part is getting higher to this part, right? And at the same time, both those overboughts is actually going a little bit lower, right? So you could use that with it, but that's, again, why we add in this RSI that you see I just popped up at the same time. The RSI is just a lot better at showing the divergence of a market. And again, it shows the same thing when it's at the overbought or oversold. It's a good time to do it, to do your trades. But as you can see right here, very good for divergence. We have a very flat market, but we have divergence as this is going down. And wherever the RSI is divergent, we usually see the stochastic is also following suit underneath it, which basically means to is first use the RSI for divergence, and then if the stochastic is also showing divergence with it, even a better confirmation. But don't use the stochastic alone for divergence. Use it mainly for the highs and lows that we look for when it's getting close to those bands. But we really want to focus on using the RSI when it comes to divergence. So even if we pull up even over here, let's find another prime case example if we can where we see some good divergence compared to the market. Right here is another one, right? We have the market going basically upwards from here, but at that same time we can see the divergence on the RSI going down. And what did that do to stochastic? We see the same thing. The stochastic doesn't pass that line RSI makes. And just like I was saying, we usually wait for that third peak or coming of that third peak, which is just around here we would have entered. We saw two, we wait, and it's coming up. When it was up here, we might have entered, right? Looking like it's getting close to peak. Now that the market's already passed, you can see the market move down, but the market will correct itself during live execution. So we want to wait basically for that third peak of some sort. And once that happens, that's when we do our entering for it. And you can see the same thing on the bottom, right? So just show another direction, right? This one's obviously going much, much, much lower. And what is our RSI doing? Up. And what happens on our third touch? Right, 1, 2, third, which is just over here. That would have been our bought area. Same thing. Major rise, right? 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3. And a lot of pips. So hopefully that helps you understand the divergence and how we use the indicators to basically enter our trades, and how we use them not only to enter it, but to also see once it reaches the opposite end of its spectrum to help determine when to exit. So just like I did show here, when we reach the top, our stochastic is now high, and our RSI is how we probably exit it, right? Even when it was up here, that would have been a good time to exit. We did see a little retracement happen. So things like that are our notices on the indicators as well to exit. So this shows you now how you can use those indicators to enter and exit properly on our strategy. So hopefully that helped you a lot, and I'll see you on the next lesson.